I thought I'd do another networking video for you guys and another discussion on the whole home audio amplifiers that seem to be a pretty hot topic on my channel. If you haven't seen those, check it out. And I'll be linking in the description all the components that I used in this particular install, so be sure to check the description for a lot more information and some of the things that I've used. But today, this is just the overview of what I'm doing for a chiropractor office install. So this is a building that used to be owned by a school district that now has been sold and is now being turned into a chiropractor doctor office. And so I'm doing the low voltage cabling, the network cabling, security camera install, and whole home audio. So here's where one of the whole home audio keypads is going to go for this office, and then for the waiting room and the various doctor offices, there's going to be audio in those, providing low background noise so you can't hear any of the patient information. So right now, and I'll be updating, so hopefully by the end of this video you'll see all the walls up and you'll see the finished product. But for right now, I just wanted to show what I'm doing, because I think some people like to see kind of the beginning, stages of what's going on. But since this used to be a school district, there used to actually already be, this was the network room, and so most of this bundle here was already here, and there used to be a phone block on the wall here. And so I'm repurposing the Ethernet cabling, even the cabling that was done with the phone, and turning all that back into the Cat5 cabling for network cabling, because they don't need any phone blocks. So we're getting rid of that. So what we've got here is we've got some patch panels on the wall. Again, I gave this client about 3 different options, and they went with the option that fit their budget. So I could have done this several different ways. So I realized, in the comments, you could criticize me all you want, but at the end of the day, this is what they chose. This is what they wanted to go with. So I do realize, there's a ton of different options I could have done. I could have, instead of having multiple patch panels on the wall, I could have had one big 24 port or a couple 24 ports, but at the end of the day, this is what they wanted. This is what they chose. So this is what I'm giving them. So what we've got here is 2 24 port Netgear gigabit switches. And then we've got a PoE IP cam power switch. Again, check the description links and I'll have the links to these products. But this is going to power their network cameras. We're going to be installing 6 cameras around the outside of this property. And then there's a house that is actually also was part of the school district. It was bought. And so the chiropractors that are building out their clinic in this office, they're going to be living in that house. So there's going to be 2 cameras at that house. There's actually an underground Ethernet cable, because that house was built before this building was built. And so this building, when it was built, the school district ran Cat5 underneath the ground. So really the internet connection, it originates over there and then it comes over to this building. So this is going to be the main internet connection that's coming from underground, and it's going to be powering our switches. Yes, I do realize that this is a fault point, when you're jumping a switch from here to here and then from here to here. If this switch goes bad, then it's going to also hose these switches. I realize that. It's a risk that I've talked with them and they're okay taking that risk. But anyway, so we've got all the Cat wiring coming in here. We're going to have this is going to be powering the voice over IP phone as well that they are going to be using, and as well as powering their network cameras. And then we've got all the rooms and stuff connected here, and then we're going to be using Ubiquity Unify AP AC Pros for their office. Again, the Unify switches were in one of the quotes I gave them, and that just wasn't in the budget, so we went with something a little bit cheaper for them for this case. But I did scope out an entire Unify install for them. But anyway, this is what we're at right now. We're getting ready to run some speaker wire. The whole home audio amplifier is too heavy. It will not fit in this rack. So what we're going to do is we're Going to be running, all the keypads are here, a couple of the audio sources here. The amplifier is going to sit right up here, and we'll patch these in to the wall up here. And so that's where the amplifier is going to go. So anyway, this is where we're at right now. I'll update you later on when I get more of this done and cleaned up. We've got a big old mess in here. And then hopefully you guys like to see the final product when we get everything finished and all the wall plates on and get her all wrapped up. So we'll update you later on here as we're doing more work. Thanks. All right, just wanted to provide a little update on the networking. So we got all the cabling done, starting to put up the equipment, got the network video recorder here. Starting to put in the whole home audio right here. The drywall is in. They're getting ready to, they're putting some finishings on, and then they're going to be painting here probably this week. So I'll just show that real quick. Anyway, that's all the update that we have so far. Going to continue to clean up a little bit. We've got a pretty big mess, and then we'll be ready to fire things up here and install speakers, install cameras. So we'll be ready to do that probably here in another week. So I'll come back and update you guys when we get more done. All right, so here we are. We've got the finished product. Everything's online. They've been in business now, opened up for 2 or 3 weeks now. So everything's been running good, been monitoring things. We've got the computer monitor mounted on the wall here that you can monitor the cameras. I don't have the HDMI cord plugged in. We had to use that for something else, so I can't show that right now. But we've got everything online. Everything looks good. We've got the Unify controller right here. Now, this thing is different from the last time you saw this. So we had some issues with the electricians where they needed to put on a disconnect for the x-ray machine that they have in this office. And I told them to put it on this wall because, you know, look how freaking huge this thing is. I mean, that's bigger than this panel right here. But, you know, they gave us the runaround and told us that they couldn't put it on this wall, and ultimately the extra work was either going to fall on me or it was going to fall on them, and they insisted that they couldn't have extra work fall on them. So we ended up having to move this rack up to make room for that box, and then I had to move all 4 of these things closer together and to the left in order to make room for this giant ass box here. So in hindsight, it's actually a good thing that I went with these 4 panels rather than, you know, one 48 port panel up here, because of the fact that they ended up making us move this because of the disconnect box that they had to put on. So anyway, this job is done. We've got the audio over here, and I'm going to walk around and show you the audio and show you some cameras and let you guys listen to that. But otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing how we did this, and like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks.
Jesus,